Welcome to Degenerate Nation Podcast. Don't change the station, it's the Degenerate Nation.
Hooah!
Yip, yahoo. Welcome.
Welcome, Luther Danger. Doon 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 doon. Nintendo songs from 1987.
Yeah, you don't think Tecmo will sue us?
No, they won't, man. And I actually think that, instead of playing classical music or, nothing and just having, fashion magazines and fucking therapy offices while you're waiting, they should play, Nintendo songs. Or, game show songs. Just play things that you're used to when you were sick as a kid.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea. It would work with that key demographic of broken 30-year-olds.
Yeah. That's a very key demographic.
It is. It's the bread and butter.
Give me that money. They're starting to make that mid-level career money. And they're going to give it to me because they're broken inside. Broken.
Let's target the people that still blame mom and dad because they're not parents yet. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I know people like that. I don't do it, but a lot of people probably do.
Yep, I think if you're in your 30s, it ain't their fault anymore. That's on you. You're an adult.
Yeah.
Welcome to adulthood.
Welcome to adulthood.
I feel like my parents didn't praise me enough, you know? I really wish, I was a good boy, you know?
I would be so pissed if I was a therapist and I had to listen to that every week. The same shit from that type of person. I just how good is money, really? How much is enough is what I'd start to think of, things like that.
Well, I mean, isn't most of your job just saying, yeah, uh-huh?
That's if you're doing just talk therapy.
Right. I mean, that sounds like the brunt of the work, though, is asking leading questions and going, uh-huh. You don't want to wrap things up in a day, right? You want these people to be clients.
Yeah, clients, you got to get them going on, or getting them a rattling, and then just hope and pray that life just keeps kicking the shit out of them.
Yeah, odds are it will.
Yeah, like I talk about with my my psychologist. It's just I avoid things like dreams and certain things like that I could just go on and on about, or just basic bullshit pain. I'm just okay, well, I don't do well at this because of that, and I want to improve that. And we try to slowly improve things, And but before I was lost in the wilderness. You could talk about anything. You could talk about an ex for 12 sessions or something. It's not going to change anything. They're still your ex, and they're still alive, so they're banging someone else. So it's why are you talking about them at all?
They're still alive. He tossed in and they're still alive. Do you think it's easier to have a dead ex? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I dated a girl for only a month, but she's dead. How often do I think about her in a negative way? Not at all. What are you laughing? Why are you laughing? You're laughing!
I don't know, man. I don't know if it's the delivery or I don't know if you were making a joke.
No, I was serious.
Your pain makes me laugh. Your pain does not bring me joy, but your pain in that specific instance.
Yeah, I almost lost my virginity to her, and she died. Not right afterwards. I didn't
Not as a result of.
Yeah, it wasn't one of her last memories or something. I'm pretty sure she got me out of her system in general before she had passed. So that's cool. So I'm just there's only so many things you can cover in 45-minute sessions, So it's you got the podcast for the rest.
Yeah. Oh man. So
we're going in new directions.
Huh?
Sadcast, the next 200 episodes.
No, let's do happy stuff.
Okay.
What you been into down at the beach?
Writing I haven't even gone on the beach that much. Done some fucking some walks with the folks. Some good walks, and watching some It's Always Sunny and like 2 a.m. if I'm still up, because it comes on at like 1:30 on like FXX. So I was just like watching that. Podcasting lots every day. Exactly.
Nice.
Quantity over quality, baby. Just in general. I finished a script, and it's like the third draft of the reboot, and I had a call with a consultant that went well. So I think I can put it out there some more.
Nice.
Yeah, I wrote a synopsis, so like a one or so page synopsis for the semi-autobiographical one that you read, and submitted it somewhere with that for a gig in the sky.
Do you think instead of saying semi-autobiographical, you should say like half-chub biographical?
Half-chub biographical, yeah. 2/3 away hard graphical. Morning woodographical. You think you're ready to go, but you also really have to pee really bad. That's what type of autobiography it is. I can't say that word.
Autobiographical?
Autobiography? Oh, I said it right!
There you go.
It's because there was less pressure on me.
You want to hear an impressive word that I had to learn how to spell in 5th grade?
Yeah.
It's some heart disease that like originated in Africa, I believe. I'd have to look it up. But you want to know the name of the word? I think it's like 56 letters or something.
Yes.
Pneumono-ultramicroscopic silicoval caniocaniosis.
Do you learn how to spell it?
Yeah, man.
How come?
Starts with a P. It's got that tricky silent P.
How come I didn't know that you was smart? Is he smart or is he?
Is he like me?
Is he like me? How come I didn't know you was smart? You got them cigar?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just dropped it off the table.
So I'm working on a project that's kind of about fatherhood. So I'm gonna have to consult you. I was like, does this make sense?
I got a little fatherhood factoid for you.
What's that?
Not really a factoid, just a little interesting bit of my day that led to some humor between May Rage Claw and I. We, just a little while ago, an hour or so ago, 2 hours ago, we took the kids out to go get some ice cream. Phase 2 had started. We could go get some ice cream, sit outside and eat it. So they got, little ice cream cones. May Rage Claw got a little sundae. I got big old banana split. Which is just a boat full of ice cream. And they're just giving me this look like, Daddy, that's too much ice cream. Daddy, don't eat that much. You're going to get a tummy ache. May Rage Claw's like, girls, he's fine. He knows what he's doing. He's fine. And as I was eating, I was thinking to myself, like, would she still be saying that and defending me and looking at me like I'm cute because I am eating all this ice cream if I wasn't in good shape? Like, I take decent care of myself, I still have abs and hair, so I'm like, I'm winning the race.
Yeah.
But
you're in your 30s, you have abs and hair. It's like you're crushing it.
It's a twofer. But what I was thinking is like, what if I was like 350 pounds and I'm just shoveling this ice cream, and instead of defending me, she's like, "You're killing yourself! You're killing yourself!"
Don't you see it? The girls see it. They know it.
The girls are crying. They can't eat their ice cream.
I'm not hungry anymore, Mommy.
I'm just shoveling it down my gullet.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God.
Don't touch me. Don't touch. I put a roof over your head.
Don't put your hand on my throat while I'm eating my ice cream.
I can't be with you. You're killing yourself. You need to stop doing this. It's just cracking me up.
The pieces of banana falling out of your mouth and down your chin, and the single tear coming down. Like, can't even look at your kids or your wife. People are starting to stare.
Yeah.
First dates are ruined.
At one point, she was like wiping the kids off. They were done. I was still putting in work. Like, I was past the point where like I had enough ice cream.
Yeah.
but there was still ice cream left.
It's
I'm
about
like,
finishing at that point. I'm a finisher.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like Louis C.K. said, the meal's not over until I hate myself, you know? Like,
Yeah, we're
gonna
always over
keep
to you.
on
Yeah, exactly.
trudging through. But she was packing the kids up, and I kind of looked up, and I'm like, are you saying I've had enough? And she's like, I think it's probably time to go. All right, fair enough. So, and my older one actually picked it up, and she's like, I'll put it away. I'll put it in the trash for you, Daddy. I'm like, oh, God, fine. Can't have anything nice.
Yeah. It's phase 2, goddammit! It's fucking phase 2! Let me be! Won't you let me be?
Mm-hmm.
I hope that someday I get to ruin someone's like budding relationship with my failing relationship in public. That's like, if I go down that route, which I probably will, like I want it to soil someone else's like ascent. Where they're just like, I don't know about that. God, is this what it's like? I think I'll just keep looking. Bring us up again. They brought us down.
Speaking of first dates, this probably is going to end up being 2 minutes of just a bad setup and not really a good joke. But I'm going to tell it anyways because we've reached a lull in the conversation.
Yeah.
5 minutes in. I was, I took another backpacking trip this weekend. I was out in the woods and sitting by a campfire, and there was like a guy with his like 2 teenage sons that was staying at the same place I was. So we were just sitting by the fire bullshitting. And it seems like every guy I meet, or at least every guy that I meet that does stuff, is divorced. Anyways, he was talking about dating, and he was met some woman, and she's outdoorsy. So they're like, oh, cool, let's plan a trip together. And they were going to do a backpacking trip, and he's like looking at dates, and he's like, yeah, the weather should be good here. Not a lot of rain. She's like, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad here. And he kind of paused, and he's like, what? And then in the story, he's like, well, I'm not going to see her again. And it all seemed very dumb.
Like, dude, you're divorced.
Like yeah.
They're not. Your sons are not gonna have a second mother. They're not. They're never going to with that attitude. You got to get in there. She hikes. You know how many of these women don't hike and they don't want anyone to go with them? So many. This one wants someone to go with you. With her.
At least take it as an opportunity to get alone in the woods and then steal her gear so she can suffer in the bad weather.
Yeah, so you have the better gear. You have the higher ground. She will have the lower ground.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So again, like I said, that was probably 2 minutes.
No, that was not very 2 minutes. Though, what a bitch he is.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably trying to be playful, like their snarky dialogue that they suck at always. And he's just like, nope, so many options.
What if
mind.
This one random guy is one of our 30 listeners, and he's like, that's him? That's Luther Danger, and now he's giving me shit on my favorite podcast?
You gave him shit there, too?
No, I didn't give him shit. Not about that. I gave him shit about other things, but not about that.
What'd you give him shit about? His parenting?
I don't remember. I think he was he was in the army. He was talking about being, doing army stuff. And I did this, and I did that, and I did this in the army, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
In the army, when I was in the army, I don't know. It was like a backpacking big dick conversation. It was kind of like, or a competition, pissing competition. It was weird, man.
Was he handsome?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, why, like, his lack of conversational ability and, like, I'm wondering why he got the woman and was able to think, I'm thinking, like, first off, how does he get this woman?
I love how earnestly you asked and how earnestly and quickly I responded.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, he was handsome.
Yeah, he was rugged. He's thick, but he was rugged.
Shaved head?
No. Good full head of hair for a guy in his early 50s, I'd imagine.
Early 50s. Oh, yeah, teenage sons. Yeah, dude, time is running out. Why are you being so picky?
Well, he says he's got a girlfriend now who goes backpacking and camping with him, so I guess he found another one. I don't know if he's on, like...
Yeah.
What would be the name of an outdoorsy dating site?
Let's see. Furist.
taste of the outdoor?
No, like fur burgers, like
Yeah, okay.
like hair down
All
there,
right.
like furist.
Yeah, I can only think of like very vulgar ones, like camp out cum dump.
Camp Cumdom.
Camp out cum dump.
Camper, yeah, CAMP is RR is the gay one. It's for bears who care. Camper for cum dump. Camp out cum dump. No, but
Alright, now I
fur.
get you. Now you laugh. There's the laugh. I was looking
Furist, like, fur burgers and forests.
for. Yeah.
Kind of like that. Yeah, like, I feel like camping, a lot of women like camping, but maybe don't pick someone based on just, like, do they like to hike and camp? Like, why is that your only two, like, criteria? Or your first two criteria?
I first of all, I don't know this guy that well. I don't know if that was his only criteria. He just said he met some woman who said she was outdoorsy, so he said let's plan a trip, and then she gave him shit for not wanting to go out in the rain, and so he didn't go out with her anymore.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go, pussy. But
Yeah, you went in the
I
army,
don't
and
really
now
care.
you
At
can't
that
go in the
point-
rain for camping to get laid.
I don't know. At that point, it was nice. He was a nice guy. I'll say that he was a nice guy. I'm only giving him a little bit of shit. If
And
he
he's
is out
handsome.
there and he is listening, I did have a good time talking with you. I didn't catch his name. I didn't give him.
It's
mine.
Murray. Hey, Murray, you're nice and you're handsome. But you need to
You're
change
nice
your
guy,
priorities.
You're handsome. I'd like to watch you chop wood. Is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
exactly. I'd like to watch you lay wood, but not with...
He had the salt and pepper like hair and beard,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was good. It was a good look for him.
He's a regular old Brett Favre.
Like a huskier, shorter Brett Favre.
Nice. Like Cal Ripken, but fat. Like a fat Cal Ripken.
I think Cal Ripken's already kind of like, he's like 60 and retired, so he's
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he's not super thin, but he's not like fat. I'm talking. You said thick. I'm thinking like what kind of thick? Is it the thick where you say thick because you don't want to say fat, or is he like thick?
no. He's like 6 foot and like 220, but he's like you could tell he used to be built, but he's not.
That he was cut
anymore.
and now he's not, but you're thinking about him like cut. And he uses pictures that he used were cut.
Probably.
He comes
Maybe.
up
I
slow.
would assume so.
He shows up with he has a banana split. Like, sorry, well, I ordered ahead. I'm
Yeah,
so
I mean, I
used
don't
to
know
the
the
stage
rules of
1
dating
and stage
sites.
0. So yeah.
But I know that you're supposed to, use your best self out there. So
Yeah. So
as long as
obviously,
it's somewhat recent.
the key is somewhat recent, within the last 5 years. Generally, is what you want. I'm so glad you brought that guy up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Because I feel like our listeners need to know that you get to a certain point, you probably shouldn't think like you're gonna get better. Like things are going to get better, and you should just eliminate someone based on things like that.
No, see, second time around, I think you reserve the right to he's divorced, right? He was married. I don't know how long he's married. He's got teenage sons.
Yeah,
right?
divorce
Married
is
a while
sad
ago.
though for guys. That's like the
Huh?
saddest thing. Divorce for guys, unless he's a total monster.
I don't know. So it seems like every guy I work with is divorced. All of them. They're
Yeah.
all in their late 40s and divorced guys. And I hang out with them. And
Are they hilarious or so sad funny?
no. It's none of it's sad funny. It's sometimes I think wow, they have some freedom. They have their kids half of the time, right?
The
They're doing
freedom
whatever
of
they want.
divorce.
Most of all of their wives are remarried, so they're not paying alimony. Some of their kids are older, so they're not paying child support. They're just they have a kid, they see them, they got a relationship with them. I got my kid this weekend, blah blah blah. Maybe their lives are sad, but also driving a Porsche, so doing all right,
Well, is it Porsche for them, or is it the Porsche to lure some skizz into being with them?
So One of the guys, he was showing me these people that he was matching with. I don't know what dating site, but he's, I don't know, mid-40s, and they were like mid-20s and attractive. And I know the guy. He's a nice guy, but he's just clinging to what's left of his hair on top, and he really should just let it go.
Oh, you'd get even more, and their daddy issues would be even stronger.
Yeah,
right? He'd get like the big time daddy issues. He
was showing me the couple of people that he matched with. I'm like, what? And I was like looking at him. I'm like, what's your profile? Are you just sitting on a pile of money? Like, what is it about you that's bringing them?
He's like jerking off with $100 bill on a GIF, like, oh.
That's the only explanation. Yeah. I mean, obviously he took offense to that. I didn't mean that much of it. It was just general shock. But yeah, they're just pulling ass, I guess.
He's pulling ass, or he's pulling like conversations. Go, hey, what's up? And then they disappear.
I don't know.
Probably that.
I don't know.
When you lower your range, you lower your standards.
All right.
They don't have to be as good looking when they're younger, because you're like, oh, they're young. Or like, they don't have to be smart and nothing. You're just like, but what you get in return is also nothing, because they're stupid and they don't know how to talk to you, and you to them.
I don't know, man. You can always read a book.
Yeah, but you're only going to read a book if you're getting some.
That's what they're getting. They're getting some, and they can read a book.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, I'm just saying. I don't think he was, though, because he took offense to that.
I don't know.
I think it was perpetual cock tease that doesn't even. I guarantee you.
You're again showing your whacked ideals towards women, and we're going down this same rabbit hole. So let's
No,
transition
I'm saying that
into other things.
I'm saying they get so many matches that they put so little effort into it, and the guys are left holding their dicks.
Who are you talking about?
More attractive, younger women.
They put less effort in because they're pretty.
And it's their options, the perception of options. Like, yeah, all these guys, these 187 guys on your app thing will fuck you. Good for you. But like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a conversation? Are you looking for a guy with a Porsche?
I don't know, man. You sound like the I'm a nice guy type of person.
No, I'm not. I'm not a nice guy.
Never get a chance.
No. It's just a crapshoot. I think that guy's coming up craps, and you exposed him, and that's why he got quiet. He came up craps. He's not getting anything from any of these women, and except a brief 3 seconds of ego boost until he actually talks to them, and they just don't click. If he's like 20 years older than them, does he have game? Game?
I mean, he plays Dungeons and Dragons, so he plays games. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's like, hey, what's up, girl? You want to come over from some D&D? I'll pick you up in my Porsche. And it's just like, no.
Potentially, yeah.
Huh. I think it's the Porsche. The Porsche's got to be in his pictures.
I don't know, maybe. I think it was like a picture of him in Spain or something cool.
Travel?
Yeah, travel.
That'll lure, because you're always in Spain, right? Every day you're in Spain. Every day in our future relationship, it's going to be in Spain.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, it's such a trap. It's a trap. No, for real. It's like they put the travel pictures. Guys do it too, apparently. And it's just like, you're like, ooh, they're exotic, or like they go to travel, they go do cool things. Like, sometimes, and alone apparently.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
I don't know, man.
And what was it? It's Always Sunny in the pilot. Dennis was talking about dreams. So dreams are like traveling stories. If I'm not in them, they're like pictures. If I'm not in them, I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't care about anyone's travel stories.
Fair enough.
They're arguably the worst ones.
I don't know. It depends on who it is. I'm genuinely invested in other people.
What?
Just some
No
some
way.
people.
I've known way more people than you, and how could you possibly be genuinely invested in them? Because you keep it small, so it's easier.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly right. The people who are in my group, I care about what they do. If they had a cool trip, I want to hear about it. I want to see the pictures. I went to this place. I hiked the Grand Canyon. That's awesome. You got pictures? I want to watch them. I want to look at the videos.
Yeah.
What'd you see? What'd you do? Yeah, I'm interested.
Okay. Well, I guess it's easier when you know like 6 people that you're friends with.
I know 20. I know 20 people.
Would you consider half friends? Like tier 1 or tier 2 friends?
I got a core group of tier 1 guy friends. And then I have other people that, there's like, maybe there's 50 people and there's some tier 2 in there and a couple tier 3 and that's it.
So you dabble.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't care about my random coworker's trip, but unless you went someplace cool, maybe I'd be interested. I don't know. Sometimes I don't mind humoring people either. Other people, I don't give a shit and I don't care about it, and I'm okay saying I don't care.
Yeah, I don't like humoring people, but I do it too. I'm like, they'll start talking about it, I'm like, and I think to myself, how did I get in this? I don't fucking want to know about this.
You can always walk away.
I want to start doing that, but I'm not in an office anymore. It's just me. I want to walk away from me. How do I walk away from me? When I'm writing or doing anything. Just walk away from me.
You get tired of you?
All the time. I took 2 naps today. I woke up, still me. Both times.
Yeah. I don't know. Try drugs, maybe?
What type of drugs?
I don't know. See what one works.
Come
up with a drug solution.
The drug solution. Do more drugs, people. Degenerates out there. Do more drugs. So, did you hear that we got to be a little big in Kenya for like a minute?
Yeah, you told me that. You were ahead of who in Kenya? Weren't you ahead of some other comedian?
No, that was in Vietnam or Chile. In Kenya, I don't know, probably ahead of everyone in Kenya. Even dead-eyed Don Lemon was probably beneath us, where he belongs. Dead-eyed Don Lemon. He does have dead eyes. You have to admit it. Have you ever watched him and you're just like, what he's saying sounds so passionate in the most droll voice, dead-eyed voice. Like, why is he so dead-eyed? He's an anchor. Cuomo's like bursting with feeling, like probably fraudulent, but like Don Lemon is like also bursting with feeling, but his eyes are just like, I wish I could audiolize. That's not a word. What his eyes look like. Fully tell you so you understand. So I want you to bing Don Lemon dead eyes. Dead cold eyes. That's your homework. We're not at the end yet, but that's your homework. And then I want you to tell me what you think of them at degeneratenation@gmail.com. Email's blowing up.
Oh, is it really? Have we gotten a single email saying someone wants to be on this program?
No.
Oh my God, that's so sad. Please, someone, send an email. You listening right now. Yeah, you. Doing the thing right now, just put it down for just a minute. And just send an email.
Unless it's a crack pipe, then by all means don't put that down.
Well, yeah, no. Smoke the crack, and then if you remember, then just send us a line. We would love to hear from you.
What's the email they can send after they put their crack pipe down?
It's degeneratenation@gmail.com.
That's great.
Yep, you can go to the Facebook, Degenerate Nation, and Degenerate Nation Podcast. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then there's a Twitter, @Degenerate Nation.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
No, Degenerate Show. Degenerate Show.
@Degenerate Show.
Yeah, and Degenerate Nation wouldn't fit as the Twitter back in the day.
There you go.
We probably about to go to a good solid 5 to 10 left. Why don't we talk about some goals or values? Goals or values? Would you rather talk about goals or values for the program?
For the program or my own personal goals? You want for the program?
I think that we're gonna go with goals and values for the program, and then I got a special idea. Focuses on Luther Danger. I think we could cap with or get close to ending with. But why don't we talk about the the goals and values that you see for this program in the next 200. In the next 200.
Okay.
What you got? What do you want to see? What do you want to hear? What do you want to say? What do you want to do?
In the next 200 episodes?
Yes.
I'd like to have listeners.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
You mean more per episode? Like thousands per episode?
I would just like to actually know that the voice that we're sending out into the void, it's being heard. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
I mean, in theory, it is.
The numbers are always so similar, though, because, I mean, unless they're just dicking us around for... Why would you dick around for $20 or whatever, $30 that they make off me per month?
Who?
The Buzzsprout, the hosting platform.
I don't know.
Right? Why would they settle at that number, right? So I think we got listeners out there. I just think they need to be more vocal to send us an email.
Yeah. No, it would like, I have zero expectations that this will explode and be a thing, but
Yeah.
it's something that a few people listen to and get something out of. That'd be great.
Be awesome.
That's the other thing is just exploring the weird even more. Just going whatever corners of creativity lay within us.
More poems. We debuted 3 poems the other night.
Yeah, poems.
Episode 200. You didn't hear Will's masterpiece, My Lumps, about his hemorrhoids. If you want to check that out, go to 200th episode extravaganza. It's within the first 3 minutes that starts. Yeah, weird stuff. More guests from our degenerate nation. Or vast.
Yeah, I would like that. I like getting random guests. I like the random. What's his name hasn't hooked us up for a while.
We got to get in touch with Mueller this coming week. I mean, I don't know what he's been doing.
I got a text from him. It was weird.
What'd he
He
say?
said, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year?
where
What
he's
fucking
at.
country is he where it's a new...
I don't know. He said Happy New Year. Bang, bang. That's
You know,
what he said.
bang, bang. You know what? One problem I think we have is our loyalty to things, people like Mueller. Like, we rely now solely on Mueller to help, like, crack us open into the thing because we just made a handshake deal with him and we weren't even in person.
Yeah,
But I'm really attached to the guy. Are you?
I mean, I could take him or leave him, but he's all we got. He's the
all we
only.
got.
I'm not going to reach out to anybody.
No, I'm gonna try. I feel comfortable with him. He gave us Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks was great.
Yeah.
Alligator also great.
Yeah. I mean, a borderline racist caricature of a person, but still, an interesting guest.
Interesting guest. I farted. Oh god. Okay. At a micro level, more farts on air or less farts on air?
I'd say the same.
Same
It's
amount of
like
farts.
The tipping point.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good.
Eventually, we're gonna tip.
The more
Keep
we
doing what
fart,
you're doing.
yeah, exactly. There's gonna be another Pokemon Go type episode that'll just like blow a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, what would be the best scenario? So like we get another tipping point episode like that. We start getting hundreds or thousands of listeners, and then I quit again. Like everyone quits at the same time.
Yeah.
Everyone. You quit.
I mean,
Wendy quits.
If you quit when we have some steam, I'm just gonna keep on going, and it's just gonna be the Luther Danger show. I'm gonna it'll just be me ranting first. They're gonna all be 60 minutes, and it's just gonna be me ranting. I'm gonna record them only while I'm in traffic on my way home.
You gonna go on tirades? Oh, this guy right here, this fucker.
Yeah.
That's great.
It'll be worse than Bill Burr just ranting for an hour. I don't know if you ever listen. You say you've never listened to podcasts, which is weird.
I've heard him. I've heard his show before. And it's just like, well, for one guy talking, it's not bad. It's not the best. Not the worst. He's the best, like, comedian besides Chappelle, I think. Or he's way up there. But...
like working today?
Yeah, working today. I'm not talking about Richard Pryor and Bill Hicks and, like, others.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I put Chappelle at number one. I don't know if you watched his recent.
I did his special. It wasn't a comedy special. It was just a show. It was great.
Yeah, it
He
was just a thing, and it was,
he brought the
powerful,
goods.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, like once in a while when we'll both be satisfied with an episode and it just feels like it breezes by when you listen to it again. It was like Chappelle's special was like that in that it did felt like it breezed by, but in like an intense way. Like you're like, wow, this guy's really making you understand what's going on if you didn't understand. Like I felt like I understand, but it's one thing to understand and not think about it, but just like inherently like, oh, I can picture it. I don't need to hear about it to picture it. And then Dave Chappelle comes in with his hammer and it's like boom, 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 whack-a-mole, boom, boom, boom. And most people can't do that because most people would come off as overly angry, even if they have the right to be, but their delivery would come off too angry, or they would try to be funny, or they would just be all over the place. And he was just like, Dave Chappelle, fucking masterful Dave Chappelle. And to think like this is the same dude that inspired all these frat boys to go scream like, I'm Rick James, bitch, at Michigan State in 2004. Like,
Yeah.
he's always been this guy and that guy at the same time. And he chose which switch to flip because his switch was flipped by Vince. So I want to get to you, Luther Danger. How can our listeners have a life that is more geared to what you're into and the results that you get? What do you think that you do is replicable by others?
That I do?
Yeah, that you do.
What is that? I mean, in relation to what?
Me. Okay.
Let's articulate. Let's
articulate a little bit. Okay.
As much as I hate corporate work, let's pull that thread a bit.
Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna fucking punch you through the fucking computer screen. Let's shove that cigar right down your throat. It burns your esophagus slowly. Alright. There we go. Okay. So, take out the natural setbacks that happen with me. Like, take that out. What is the difference between someone that seems to accomplish their goals or lives towards their values without a lot of conflict on that and can focus on things like his relationship and his children and his animals and can entertain somebody like hearing their divorce garbage and not like want to kill them? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, how am I me?
How are you? How could
like me?
Yeah.
So blind fucking luck. I honestly like. I'm not great. I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty decent at a lot of things, and that's nice. I like me most of the time. I'm comfortable with who I am. That took a while to get there.
Yeah.
It took going through like a 12-step program, having drug and alcohol problems, growing up thinking I'm special and smart and gifted, and realizing that I'm just kind of I'm not. I'm just a human being, a worker amongst workers, and trying to like get rid of the ego and substance abuse problems help with that. Going through a 12-step program helps with that sort of thing.
Dropping your escapes totally help with smashing your ego.
Yeah, and just kind of owning, like, I don't have to be okay, right?
No.
And then I have a couple of these little like slogans. I don't know, mottos. Like you have to be willing to accept the consequence of your inaction.
Ooh, I like that.
So that one gets me a lot with like. I most of the things in life, I like a couple of things I try and think about are to get the things that others don't have, you have to do the things that others don't do. And also to get the things that others have, you have to do the things that those other people did. Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you see a person in a nice house with a nice family. It's like, well, what did they do to get there?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you that question for my listeners, the shy guys who need to be more like dry guys.
I mean, I stumbled into, like, blind luck, fell in love, and luck, like, won the marriage lottery, in my opinion.
I would agree with that.
Huh?
I would agree with that.
Yeah, life could have been totally different. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's great now because I have this, right? You know,
yeah.
I lucked out. That doesn't mean that things just fall, like everything just falls into place. You know, it takes work, and relationships are work. It's not a constant joyride, but most of the time it's pretty damn good. But you know, you got to do those things even though you don't want to do them. There's most of life. I would rather sit in my underwear, watch TV, and jack off. 90% of the time, that's what I would rather do.
Yeah. I mean,
than most anything else in the world, and want to eat ice cream and masturbate, right?
Yeah.
I don't know
gobble,
at what
gobble.
point I would get tired of that.
I think you would get tired very quickly if you could imagine a life that was different. But if you knew nothing else other than that, like you were like fucking the last prince on that planet, and you got ice cream and there was TV to watch, and you got horny, like you're the horny last prince. Like, I think you didn't know another life. Yeah, I don't think you would get tired of that too much.
Yeah, but like, that's what the
Little Prince. That's what I meant.
The Little Prince. Yeah, but like that's the constant thing that like I'm doing battle with on a daily basis is like, no, you have to push forward. You have to get like I would eventually get miserable. I know that.
Yeah.
Because anytime I feel stagnant. And it could be anything. I'm working the same job for a while, and like it feels like I'm at a standstill. Like I'm miserable if I'm not going to the gym or something. Like
right.
I have to make progress. I think it's just growing up playing video games where you like level up and make progress.
Yeah, I had anxiety dreams about video games when I was a kid.
Right. I don't mind working a dead end job if I'm getting jacked in the process. I don't mind, whatever it is. Like those
really?
are the things like. I have to be
That's the most toolish.
Huh?
That's such a toolish idea.
Yeah,
I'm so jacked. Look at my neck. But yeah, you make $32,000, and like you're never gonna get promoted, and you do the same commands on the same keyboard every day. Yeah, but my neck.
Right, but there's like I have to do something. Like the other thing is like. Positivity, like the power, as cheesy as it is, like just be positive and positive things happen. When you're negative things always happen. I know a lot of negative people, and it's just this cycle that everything's always wrong all the time.
Yeah. You're gonna need a disclaimer for that though. So if you're someone who's that generates a lot of negative thoughts, you need you can't just flip the switch if it's chemical, but you can acknowledge that there is a switch. You can't just flick it like you can with repeated positive mantras and this ain't so bad, let me power through this. A lot of people, probably our listeners, can't power through to the same degree. So are you more talking about people that the guy that went on the golfing thing with you, like people like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, chemical. I'm not going to get into chemical imbalances, and yeah, there's legitimate issues, and people have, can't flip the switch, but baby steps. I don't know. You can not everything is shitty. Be grateful.
You can go to therapy or read a book about therapy,
Yeah.
If you can't afford therapy for some reason, which it's another sore spot in society, but there's books at the library. The library doesn't cost anything. You can read about your own brain.
I tend to oversimplify things, but it's another day on the right side of the ground. Everything's fine. No matter what shitty thing you're going through, eventually it will pass.
What if you have AIDS and corona at the same time.
Well, then you will pass.